So what's happening, guys? Back with another supplement review. This is David with Mission to Muscle, and we're back to review another Panda Supps pre-workout. This is their limited edition Pandamic Extreme. I just reviewed their Rampage Extreme. They sent me this as well, and they didn't want me to show the ingredient profile, but I can show that bitchin' ass label. Look at that panda. He's got two unicorns that are part of his posse in the background. Oh, they look like wings as he goes into war. It's awesome. So this is limited edition, and this is the unicorn flavor. I think Rampage was a unicorn flavor as well. And just so you know, the flavor gods came down and zapped this with some goodness, just like they did with Rampage. I like the unicorn flavor. You're gonna love it. I wouldn't say it's a 10 out of 10, but it's a good 8 out of 10, which is really good for pre-workouts, especially when you got fully loaded pre-workouts. Getting the scooper and a few things out of the way before I jump into the ingredient profile and tell you what the difference is between this limited edition Pandamic Extreme pre-workout and the regular Pandamic Extreme pre-workout. We're going to get right into the scoop. One scoop is 18.4 grams, which is a flat level scoop. So you flat level scoop this, you're going to get like 18.5 to 19 grams out of this thing. So they did a really good job on that. It's 25 servings. So I like seeing that where companies are coming out, especially within that $50, $60 range. These things are getting expensive nowadays, making it work for 25 servings, close to that 30 servings there it used to be. So very good on that. So we'll get right into the ingredient profile and let you guys know, because the first ingredient is the only difference between the limited and the regular version of this. Right on the top, we have L-Citrulline Malate 2-to-1 ratio at 9 grams. This is going to give you 6 grams of L-Citrulline for the vasodilation in the pumps, and the malic acid, which is going to be 3 grams, is going to help with exercise endurance. Studies have been done on citrulline malate compared to L-Citrulline, and that 6 to 8 gram dose, you're going to get more strength. At least that's what subjects experienced, better recovery and better endurance than straight L-Citrulline. And in their regular pre-workout, they have straight L-Citrulline at 6 grams. So the L-Citrulline dose is the same. The only difference you're getting in this pre-workout is the malic acid. I'll let you guys know if I experienced any kind of a difference, because I did take that one before. I just never reviewed it. Then we have beta alanine at 3.2 grams. This is for more reps, more sets, pushing the metabolites out of the muscles to help prevent less fatigue during your training, so you can actually push out a longer, stronger workout. Then we have betaine anhydrous at 2.5 grams. This is for cell hydration and power output. A lot of health benefits to that too, liver enzymes and homeostasis in the body. Then we have L-tyrosine at 750 milligrams. This is an ingredient that reduces fatigue during exercise mentally to keep you elevated cognitively, working through your sets, your reps, and your training for as long as you can without kind of getting wonky and staying clear-headed. So very good ingredient. Then we have alpha GPC at 400 milligrams. Very good dose. At this dose, you're going to get the cognitive function, concentration, and focus out of that amount. It's a decent amount. 300 to 600 is what we want to see. Then we have caffeine anhydrous, 350 milligrams, decent dose. L-theanine, 150 milligrams. You either love it or you hate it. But the interesting thing is, out of all the pre-workouts that I reviewed with them that had the L-theanine, each time I took the pre-workout, I was like, oh crap, it's got L-theanine in it. I hate L-theanine in pre-workouts. But on their pre-workouts, I don't get what you call what I call a brain cramping effect, like kind of like a docile effect during training, a very mild chilling effect. So you feel chill during your training on on their pre-workouts. At least I do. I don't get kind of like tired or anything like that. It just really dials me down and chills me out. Then we have Dendrobium, 100 milligrams. This is that central nervous system hitter as a stimulant, and it's supposed to increase well-being, fat loss, and energy. Then we have Himalayan pink salt, 100 milligrams. This is for hydration, cell hydration, some electrolytes. Then we have AstraGin, 50 milligrams. This is the ingredient to bring everything together so it digests really well in your system and kind of gets in there as quick as possible. Then we have Hygenomin at 50 milligrams. This is a bronchodilator to allow more oxygen in to your body, and it actually relaxes and contracts muscles throughout your body to give you that kind of effect. It's also a mild stimulant and a fat loss agent. Then we have Synephrine HCl at 50 milligrams, and then we have isopropanol synephrine at 20 milligrams. So two synephrine sources, 50 and 20. This is going to elevate your heart rate just a tad bit. This usually you see this in a pre-workout, especially two different That's 70 milligrams, 2 different sources of it. It's going to elevate your heart rate a little bit, and it's going to give you kind of that, you're going to feel that anxious type feeling, that motor running in the background. And when I explain the effects, you'll see what it is. But this is a non-stimulant thermogenic that has adrenaline-like effects, and coupled with other stimulants, it works really well by enhancing the energy effects and that kind of like anxious, got to get going type effect. Then we have NMT at 35 milligrams. This is for mood, energy, and focus. And then we have Theophylline or Theophylline, however you want to pronounce it, at 35 milligrams. This is an awesome ingredient for fat loss. And also it regulates the heart rate. So very good ingredient to have in a high stim pre-workout to kind of keep the heart rate regular and not to get out of control, especially when you got ingredients that are going to raise your heart rate, that's tax the central nervous system. So Panda's limited edition pre-workout, extreme pre-workout, how did it do? So you're going to take the scoop and the beta alanine is going to kick in. These are quick acting, just like Rampage. So Fierce wasn't as quick acting for me, but the Pandamics and of course the Rampage, which is a new one, hit really quick. The beta alanine you feel coming in at 5 minutes, and it from 5 to 10 minutes it peaks. So this is between a medium and a medium high level beta alanine that sticks around. So it sticks around for a long time. I clocked it today about an hour in before I just turned on the music and just forgot about it. So it hangs around really good. Very good source of beta alanine, and it kind of flows with that kind of like energy that comes in real quick. So the beta alanine kicks in 10 minutes. 2 minutes later, the energy kind of drops in. So just a mild kick of energy, and you just barely feel it. You feel it more in 15 minutes. And as you get between 15 and 20 minutes, 20 minutes is when you start the car. So you figure this in 15 minutes, you come down, you get into the car, you strap your seatbelt, and then you hit the ignition and the car goes vroom. So your body at 20 minutes, 22 minutes just starts getting that underlying idling, like it's ready to go. And then from about 25 minutes, you've kind of taken off to the first gear. 30 minutes, you've hit probably about third gear. And between 35 and 45 minutes, you hit, I'd say, fourth gear. So this is like a fourth gear kind of anxious energy, kind of motor running in the background to get you going. It's not a slap in the face. It's not a rocket up your butt and shoot you out the door. But the anxious feeling is very, very smooth and nice enough to where you actually just kind of want to get moving, because the anxiousness is there, and it's just kind of like pushing you, saying it's okay, let's go, we got the motor running, you know, engine's all warmed up, let's just go. So this is a pre-workout you want to get into the gym about 30-35 minutes to actually, you know, get the most out of it, because the energy effects on this one will last about 2 hours after taking it. So just depends on what you're looking for. Some people like that, like, you know, energies to last for 6 hours or 8 hours for their day. This one's going to taper off 2 hours after you take it. So if you get in the gym in 30-35 minutes, it's going to last you for a good hour and a half before it starts tapering down. And it kind of takes about a half an hour after that point to kind of almost level out. So really, but it really never just levels out, because there's some good stims in here. So you still have the effects, little bit effects of the stimulation going on there, but not something you have to worry about not being able to go to sleep or anything like that. Your heart's not pounding away or anything like that. When the anxiousness kicks in, I'd say to the extreme point around 45 minutes. And now I say extreme, it's just you just want to move because the motor's running. Your heart is elevating as well between that, I'd say 25 to 45 minute mark. So if you don't like that anxious feel, whenever you get that anxious feeling, you're going to get along with that elevated heart rate, and it peaks out at 45 minutes. It's not a fight or flight. It's not a fear for your life. It's just elevated and it's pumping. So it's getting your body moving. It's getting all that blood circulating. It's helping. It's telling you need to just get everything else moving so we can dilate and we can annihilate. Energy on this thing is a very nice medium high energy to start out with, and it keeps you going through the workout. You're gonna knock out set after set and rep after rep. I notice focus around 30 minutes in, so it's not as quick as the energy, but you know, when the energy comes in, you're going to kind of awake and become alert because of the stimulants, but the focus actually starts to drop in as far as the focus and cognition, 30-35 minutes, and that peaks I'd say around 50 minutes. And that's when like you feel like everything comes together, 55 minutes. And it's not a tunnel vision focus. It's not an in your head nootropic bubble concentration. It's just a really medium to medium high focus level that is really nice and smooth to where you're functionable. You've got like a really notched up concentrated focus, so you're able to dial into your reps and your sets really well. It's just not really super extreme, and the focus actually lasts longer. So 2 hours afterwards, that's when you're gonna, after you take it for the energy, but the focus is probably going to start dialing down about 3 hours after, and kind of levels out another 1 or 2 hours. But then again, it's not something you have to be afraid of training at night, because it's just you're notched up. So you're kind of like, you've got this nice little cognitive kick that you can take along with you for a few more hours after your training. So it's very, very good. Pumps on this thing. So pumps are just like the regular Pandamic. It's nothing to brag about. This pre-workout is designed for energy, fat loss, and focus, because a lot of these ingredients are going to help with leaning out. It's going to help with recomping. I believe that's what Panda has designed all their pre-workouts to be as. None of them have been very huge cell swelling, vasodilation type pre-workouts. There's no alpha yo, there's no yohimbine in it. So you come off of this very healthy. But if you want to throw some pump ingredients on this, or a pump formula without any kind of cognitive functions, feel free. But like I said, it's not what this is designed for. Now the difference, was there a difference between this one and the regular Pandamic? For me, there was about an hour into training. So I had a little more endurance from the malic acid. I respond very well to it. And the endurance during my training, it felt like it kept me going longer, especially if I trained past the stimulant effect. I was still able to endure more training and push out more sets and reps, no problem. So I did notice a big difference with the malate, or the malic acid, in this one compared to the regular Pandamic, but it was slight. So they're very, very, very similar. But I mean, this is, like I said, this is one of those shelf things. My wife's telling me, what are you going to do with all those pre-workouts? Well, I'm going to pick out the ones, especially the ones from Panda. They have the decals like this, and I'm going to save them, because these things are going to go on a shelf, and I'm going to show them off to my grandkids as they get older. The bitchin' labels, I'm telling you. This is Dave. I'm signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you can, give the video a thumbs up before you leave. If you have any comments, questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer them, and we'll see you guys next time on the channel.